Hello and welcome back to SciTech. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a low-budget full-spectrum camcorder by removing the IR cut filter to create full spectrum, just like this. Let's get started. I have right here this Haswell HDV-5052 camcorder that has Wi-Fi capability, and this camcorder is less than $100 on Amazon, and this camcorder can be easily converted into a full spectrum camera, and I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get started. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take the camera and put a magnet to the side so that way I can collect the screws. Examine the camera carefully and remove the necessary parts, such as the battery and the SD card. As you can see, I've already done the SD card. Remove the battery, just like that. And now, locate all the screws. Basically, when you see a screw, remove a screw. See a screw, remove a screw. And locate to see if there's any hidden screws. Okay, so now I'm going to get started by taking the screwdriver and removing all of the screws. Okay, before I try to open up the camera, which I've noticed that there are 2 more screws located underneath where the battery is. I need to remove those screws. And there we go. Now I can go ahead and remove the housing of this camera. Now what I'm going to do is carefully pry it open, just like this. There. Now everything can come apart. And as you can see, I'm going to need to go a little deeper. There's a speaker right there, and there is the controls that control the camera. I find that very interesting. So now I need to locate some more screws that are inside of the camera. And I found 2 more screws that are by the lens. So I need to carefully remove those 2 screws to remove the lens cap. By doing that, I should be able to access the IR cut filter. And there are 2 more hidden screws that are underneath that are attached to the lens cap. So now what I need to do is I need to remove the screws that are underneath the camera in order to remove the side housing, so that way I can go to the other side of the lens cap and remove those screws. 2 more screws where the LCD panel is located. And now I can finally remove the lens cap housing. And now, as you can see, there's the lens of the camera that is fixed. That's right over the sensor. That you don't need to touch, because it has no IR cut filter, because the IR cut filter is located right there. And this IR cut filter is attached to a sliding mechanism that when you flip to night vision mode, the IR cut filter disappears and it goes to clear glass. And this IR cut filter mechanism is attached to these 2 wires, which is positive and negative, which drives a little motor to make the IR cut filter glass slide. So what I need to do is simply detach it. Before I do that, I need to remove the IR cut filter mechanism off from this little housing. Slides out just like this. Perfect. And now I have the mechanism right here. And now it's simple. Just remove the mechanism that's attached to these two wires off from the little wire connector. And as you can see, it's in night vision mode. And now onto daylight mode. You can see how I can switch it between the two. Now just unplug it just like this. Now let's go ahead and reassemble the camera and put everything back together the exact same way. I'm going to start taking this little housing that was holding the IR cut filter mechanism and then reattach it back into place. And there, the infrared LEDs are now put back into place. Next, place the lens cap housing back into place and screw it back into place. And as you can see, I made a small mistake. I put the screw in when I wasn't ready to. Remove the screw and put it back in, which will allow the housing to reattach. There, now it can reattach. And screw it back into place. This will hold the housing to the main body of the camera. And now finally, place the main housing of the camera back together. Place it in carefully, just like this, and screw it back into place. And now let's go ahead and attach the battery. And there. It is now complete. Now let's go ahead and turn it on and see if it still works. And it works. And as you can see, it looks different. Full spectrum is now working. And as you can see, the photos look amazing. And this is what the video looks like in broad daylight. And this is what it looks like after sunset. And this is what it looks like at nightfall. And this is what it looks like just before it gets completely dark. And this is what it looks like if you turn on night vision mode. Looks just like this. But I prefer the full spectrum mode. It looks better. And there you have it. Now you know how to convert a low budget camcorder into a low budget full spectrum camcorder. And there you have it. Thank you for watching SciTi Tech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified for future SciTi Tech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.